Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to the Pro Football exclusive college football blog. As promised, I told you guys that I was going to give you a quick recap of what we just seen this past week for these BCS Bowl game selections. There's a lot of great matchups for the BCS Bowl games, but a little controversy in some of the teams that were picked for these games. Now I'm going to start with the Rose Bowl between Oregon and Wisconsin. Oregon's the Pac-12 champion, while the Big Ten champion is Wisconsin. This is going to be a great matchup. They kept it within the tradition for this BCS Bowl game, Pac-12 against the Big Ten. It's in Pasadena. Rose Bowl matchup. This is going to be a traditional match, a great match to watch, and I think this is a clear good match to watch this week, this coming January for this BCS Bowl games. Heading into the Orange Bowl between West Virginia and Clemson. Clemson just won the ACC championship for the first time since 1991, while West Virginia will be the representative of the Big East Conference. They actually have a share of the Big East championship between them, Cincinnati, and Louisville, but West Virginia had the highest ranking between these three schools, so that's why they had the nod over the others for this BCS Bowl game. Now here is where the controversy begins. The Fiesta Bowl between Oklahoma State and Stanford. Yes, this is going to be a great, high, explosive offensive matchup. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, but I strongly believe that Oklahoma State was a little bit snubbed from that BCS National Championship between Alabama and LSU. I think Alabama just got off their hairs, their chinny chin chin with that their national championship nod over Oklahoma State. I really do not understand how Alabama snubbed Oklahoma State. I believe that Oklahoma State deserved to be in that national championship because of their performance on the field between these two teams. Against teams over 500, Alabama beat just 3 teams while Oklahoma State beat 7. Also, against ranked opponents, Oklahoma State beat 4 teams and Alabama beat just 3 teams. And I just not understand how Alabama had 0.0086 per points over Oklahoma State to get that nod for that BCS National Championship. I strongly believe it's because this is going to attract more attention, and this is what the fans is going to see. And to prove my point, here is where the real controversy has in these BCS Bowl games. The Sugar Bowl between Michigan and Tech. This does not make any sense to me. Michigan's ranked 11th while Virginia Tech is ranked 13th. Actually, Michigan's ranked 13th and Virginia Tech is ranked 11th. This is going to attract a lot of attention. This is a good matchup for this Sugar Bowl, but there were 3 teams that were snubbed for this BCS Bowl games. Arkansas, Boise State, and Kansas State. All 3 of these teams are ranked 6th, 7th, and 8th nationally, and they still did not make it to a BCS Bowl matchup, and I really think they all got robbed from these BCS Bowl games. It does not make any sense that none of these teams made the Sugar Bowl. It just doesn't make any sense at all. They're ranked higher than these guys, than both Virginia Tech and Michigan. They're in the top 10. Why are they not in the Sugar Bowl at least? But to pick 2 of these teams, Boise State and Arkansas, or Kansas State and Arkansas, it doesn't make any sense. But I really strongly believe because this Michigan Virginia Tech game will attract more attention, and I think this game can bring up more money for both these 2 schools. And I really think that's part of the reason why Alabama got the notch over Oklahoma State for that national championship, because this is what people really want to see more of between these 2 teams, LSU and Alabama, and Michigan against Virginia Tech. I think it will attract more attention, more money will become involved, and I really think Boise State, Arkansas, and Kansas State were robbed because of that. I think that the BCS system does not make any sense. I believe that these voters sometimes use the computers to decide who should make it to the BCS Bowl games, and I really believe that the hierarchy, sometimes the hierarchy, the people upstairs, the people behind closed doors, the real voters decide over these stupid computers and see who will be the better fit for these BCS Bowl games. That just not make any sense. But overall, I believe all 5 of these matchups are still going to be great matchups, but I really believe that Kansas State, Arkansas, and Boise State got robbed this season. Now, speaking of Kansas State and Arkansas, I believe that they have the best non-BCS Bowl matchup that you should watch. The Cotton Bowl between these 2 teams. teams, Kansas State and Arkansas. Arkansas has good receivers. They can open the field up for quarterback Tyler Wilson. This is going to be a good high passing team against an aggressive in-your-face team like Kansas State, led by Coach Bill Snyder, who was actually one of the Coach of the Year nominees. He's having a great year. He had a lot of newcomers this season. Plus, he had a new quarterback in Colin Klein, who was actually a former receiver at Kansas State who made a transition to the quarterback, and he had a great year. So I think between these two teams, Kansas State and Arkansas, for that Cotton Bowl, that would be the best non-BCS Bowl matchup that you should watch. But I believe that all these games that we have for these BCS Bowl games are still good games, but I think money was more involved and who will attract more attention for the Sugar Bowl and a national championship. That's my personal opinion. Now, later on this season, going towards the bowl season, we still have a couple of weeks until the first bowl game begins. I will give you a preview of all of the bowl games individually, but just before those bowl games, I need to talk about tonight's game between Army and Navy, and then later on, I'm actually going to give you a recap of all the BCS conferences, the Big East, Big 12, Pac-12, all the big BCS conferences, recap of their entire season, where I would give you an individual awards, offensive MVP, defensive MVP, Coach of the Year, and so forth, to give you a result recap of all these bowl conferences. Now, thank you for watching this vlog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.